you're a senior citizen, you might be interested in some thinking about elder law. We'll get into that subject when we come back. May is National Elder Law Month, and with us today is Paul Stano. And Paul, when we first talked a long time ago on television, our hair was darker, as I recall.
A little bit,
yeah.
yes.
So things are happening in our society. A larger and larger percentage of us are living over into our so-called golden years.
Correct.
What are the figures on that? How many people, what percentage of our population is moving over into the 60-plus category?
Well, the major shift is basically the baby boomers, 1946 birth dates, and that's going to cause a significant shift in the population of older Americans. So all of the long-term care issues are going to be affected by what we think is going to be a very significant group. And it's probably going to change a lot because lifestyles have changed. The way my parents took care of themselves versus how the next generation takes care of themselves could result in significant extension of longevity.
We're talking, using the term elder law. How new is that term?
Well, elder law probably started in the late 90s, and it really became prevalent because our clients, at least, were not so concerned about avoiding probate as they were starting to be concerned about the costs for long-term care. And as a result, this practice area developed, and as the population started to shift, there were more and more clients that had an interest in trying to save some of the assets they worked so hard to earn all their lives.
Well, how can they do that? I mean, how does elder law impact on their life decisions as they move over to the golden years?
Well, what we do is we view it as developing a life care plan. And like everything in life, savings, whatever you do, when you have a plan, you can make better decisions. And so what we do is try to make sure that the clients who are normally in crisis, which means that they're in assisted living or a nursing home, that they understand that there's still hope. And we want to relieve the anxiety they have. Are they going to make the right choices? And then we basically talk to them about the government programs that might be available to assist them in paying for the high costs of care.
Are the legal structures that exist adequate for the needs and the challenges of this growing population?
Well, that's going to be difficult to fathom because it's hard to say how it's going to adjust. The current situation that you have, the government programs are going to have to deal with an influx of a lot more people. So currently, the programs are adequate, but most of your viewers probably are not aware of some of the programs that might be available to them.
Let's talk about them in just a moment. But what are the costs these days of elder care?
Well, the Plain Dealer about 6 months ago ran an article that talked about long-term care, and they estimate the average cost is $68,000 a year here in Cleveland. And we see it basically in our general area ranging between $6,000 and $8,000 a month for nursing home care.
And how is Medicaid and VA services, how are they holding up? Are they going to be adequate for the long haul?
Well, Medicaid is the primary payer for nursing home care in this area, and many people are kind of aware of that program. But the one that we talk a lot about in our workshops is the VA benefits, and this is a non-service disability benefit. And if you had wartime service, either as the widow of the veteran or the veteran themselves, they're entitled to this program as long as they can qualify based on income and assets.
Well, it's better for senior people to think about these things earlier rather than later, right? Well,
that is the ideal, but as is typical, unfortunately, in a lot of decisions that we make, if you're in crisis, there are still some things you can do.
Well, I want to give you some information about how you can get in touch with Paul Stano. First, I'd like to show you a book that he's written. It's called Alzheimer's Survival Guide, and you can get it by going to his website. And these are the kinds of things that we're going to have to be thinking a lot more about as time goes on in our society, our growing society.
I would agree.
Paul, it's good to have you here today. Stano Law, 440-888-6448, or you can go to www.stanolaw.com. It's good to see you, Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fred. Nice to see you
again. Keep up the good work.
I'll
Nice to
appreciate
see you.
it. Thank you.
Quick break, and we'll be right back.